Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing out of turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked off of turn number 4. Who's it gonna be?
Press 2.
And good evening, race fans. Welcome in live to the Full Velocity Racing Network and on Speed51.com. We welcome you in to the SidsView.com modifying series presented by EastWest Promotions. The SidsView.com. Guess we'll call the 80 here tonight at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. Great to have you aboard wherever you may be watching from, live on FVRN, over on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch. Also available over at Speed51.com. My name is Phil LeCast. My broadcast partner, as always, on a Thursday night, Mr. Jeff McConey back with us, or I come back to him this week. Jack Chewin is normal on the controls. Finale night here, Jeff. This series finale. We come to what we normally used to call Gateway, Worldwide Technology, 1.25 mile. You can say oval, kind of an egg-shaped kind of oval, unique little racetrack, and what a good way to finish the season, buddy. How you feeling? Ready to get started?
I am very, very excited because this track is unlike any other. This is a 1.25 mile track. We've seen a lot of short tracks in, week out, but this is where the drivers really show their dominance. Who can be fast on a long track with these long sweeping corners? My money, Jason Perkins. He hasn't been too loud this season, but he's currently sitting second in the Tour Modified rankings overall. I'm not going to say it's who to, but he's also up there in top 5s, laps turned and laps led, but he's not at the top. I'm not going to say who's leading all of those, though. But he is really strong at these long tracks like New Hampshire. I would expect to see him running near the front tonight.
We'll wait and see. I believe he was out there for practice. I'm sure he's in a grid for the feature event. We'll wait and see. Is there the throws of qualifying? So before we get there, for 80 laps around, let's go trackside for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner. the free in the home of the brave.
All right, thank you to Dirty Grass Soul, the playing of our national anthem. Our buddy Charlie Milner over at Milner Media and Design. Need a sick-looking paint. Get a hold of him today. He will take some great care. He does a lot of our work here as far as our graphics, our videos, and all that stuff goes for us here. So appreciate him. Appreciate all of you, and appreciate, of course, Sid's View for coming on aboard, presenting this series all season long. It has been great to cover it. Been great to have Speed 51 as also a part of the platform as well. But it is time to pay out the championship here tonight. Jeff McConey, 80 laps around Worldwide Technology Raceway. They are starting to grid, so let's dive into tonight's starting lineup.
Starting on the pole, Mr. Ty Majeski with a time of 33.577. Brandon Wilkinson in second. Ryan Blanchard in third. Brad Carpenter will start fourth. Kylo Danik in fifth. Gary Holbrook in sixth. Dan Bragg Jr. will start in seventh. Rick Webster in eighth. Mark Hicks starts ninth. Junior Harville in 10th.
Zach Murphy will roll off in 11th tonight with Bobby Rafferty next to him starting 12th. Derek Trowbridge, number 58, will start 14th with Dave Bodio rolling off 14th. Tommy Flanagan and Andrew McKenzie will make up row number 8 with the 12 of Christopher Hyatt. John Murray's 057. Steve Costley with number 76 and Stephen Rogers, the 89, completing row number 10.
21st goes to Joseph Segala. Chris Franz, 22nd. Scott Bryant, 23rd. Also scheduled to take the grid, Jeff Dooley in 25th. Keith Jeffrey didn't qualify, will start 24th. Jason Perkins, he's not here. I put all my money behind the man, and he doesn't show up. Same thing with James DuPont, John Hayden. Jason, you're killing me, bud. You're absolutely killing me.
It's not a good bet for you. Didn't turn out well. That's almost giving away free money.
I'll take that $20 now.
I put all my money behind green 34 there at the roulette wheel, and then realized I was colorblind.
Oh, it happens to all of us, that's for sure. But hey, you know what, Jay maybe not here, we'll certainly miss him, wish him well, but we're going to get after it here tonight. The point standings look like this: 838 for Brandon Wilkinson, 800 even for Ty Majeski. I think that's going to take a whale of a swing to make that work tonight in Ty's favor, many-time winner. But we have a green flag up in the air. Let's go to it. The longest racetrack we have been all season long here in just outside of St. Louis. We are green flag racing. Ty Majeski and Brandon Wilkinson lead us down to the turn 1.
Are you at all surprised that the man out front is Ty Majeski? Brandon Wilkinson sitting in second. I don't quite get Keith Jeffrey's strategy here. He's battling for a championship. He needs a really good night, and he needs Brandon Wilkinson to have a bad night. Why would you start all the way back there? I could understand Brandon Wilkinson doing that and avoiding any wrecks, but Keith Jeffrey, he needed to start near the front. Now he's all the way back in 24th. He's got a long night ahead of him if he wants to win this championship.
Absolutely right. Defending series champion, going for 2 in a row. But yeah, I think it was almost a sign of potential surrender that it was going to take something really weird to happen to even have him be a contender. He would have to have Ty have an off night. Brandon would have to have disaster strike his way. So maybe that's what's happening for Keith there as we are racing down to turn number 3 and 4. I'm working on the camera view over here. They're way off in the distance. We exit turn 4. Really cool view. We hit the start-finish line. Let's complete lap number 2 with the race leader. To nobody's surprise is Mr. Majeski out there with car 4. Oh, it's not. He dropped. Where'd he go? He dropped like a 5th. What the heck happened? Brandon Wilkinson's that car out in the lead as we hit turn 2.
He's all the way back to 6th. I'm going back and looking at it. I didn't see it either. He just pulled over and let them by.
Kind of got out of the groove, it looks like, which was kind of weird. So, the way Ty racing for a title as well puts Brandon up to the race lead, car 56, and we'll see if Brandon can pick up yet another win. Picked up the win last week. Can he go for 2 in a row? 56 cars to lead. Now Ryan Blanchard in for 2. Brad Carpenter, that Dave Low Green, number 31. He'll ride to the 3rd spot. Oh no, Satale, Kylo Danik, Gary Holbrook. That's the way they're in the top 5. They're all single file. Blanchard beginning to take a pester look to the lead. He'll look to the low side of Wilkinson down in 3.
A lot of battling now near the front. Those are teammates up there. Brandon Wilkinson, Ryan Blanchard, Brad Carpenter as well. Kylo Danik is sort of the odd man out, but a really, really good race up towards the front. I don't think he's going to do anything too crazy, Ryan Blanchard. He needs his teammate to win that championship, and if he wrecks him, man, it's going to be a long, long offseason.
Certainly will. Said, can't believe the offseason already coming here, but we got a race going on. Forward is at the 4th spot. O'Danick under pressure from a 71 car of Gary Holbrook. Gary's put a up and down season together, looking to finish it up strong. 71 car riding in 5th, and he's going to look to take the 4th spot. Over in 3 as they spin out. Almost 3 different lanes there for the corner, and we got a lead change.
Battling hard for the lead here. Everybody fighting for every position. But again, I think they're also being pretty careful here. They just need to not wreck their teammates, not wreck each other. Have a good night here for the posse, and that will win them the championship.
Absolutely right. And I think that's what it's all about for these drivers tonight. Win the championship. It's down to Brandon versus Ty. I think that's one way to look at it. I don't think they would do each other wrong. They're good buddies. Ryan Blanchard, a guy who's knocked on the door so many times this season to victory lane, is tonight a guy like Ryan Blanchard finally celebrates the winner's circle. He is really strong early. We're 6 laps in here, 80 lap of distance, and he will lead Brandon Wilkinson over to number 1.
A little bit of trouble further back. Bobby Rafferty involved. He's not too happy there with another driver, making it known there over the race chat. You people watching can't hear that, but man, he was voicing his displeasure. But we got a battle going on. Brad Carpenter up the track, Kyle O'Danick to the inside. Those two are battling for 3rd place.
Certainly are. Good race going on there for 3rd. Good to see a 21 Backless running in good. Good to see Carpenter running really well. That number 31 car, those 2 very good eggs go side by side through to number 2. Carpenter, that bright green number 31. O'Danick with that white and red numeral number 21 car. He looked to the low side. Carpenter going to hold on. Now Holbrook going to jump to the inside of O'Danick. Let's race for the 4th spot now into number 3.
Still battling now. Holbrook to the inside of O'Danick. That's letting Brad Carpenter pull away a little bit. Ty Majeski lies in wait behind. You don't hear that too often. Ty Majeski behind anybody else. Seems like he's just taking it easy this race. 80 laps now, and we're 10 in so far.
I think about this for a second. 80 laps. It doesn't sound like a long distance with this racetrack of 1.25 miles. It's different in each end of the speedway as far as the banking, the shape of the corner is concerned. You're a guy who runs these cars and these tracks often. How is tire wear playing a night like this? Is tire wear going to be a factor? Is that's what Ty doing? Is he sitting back there and kind of taking care of his equipment?
Tire wear isn't going to be the end-all, be-all for these modifieds. They have huge 15-inch tires, and they've got a lot of grip there. But if you've got your setup wrong, remember, this is an open setup series. Everyone's running their own thing. So if you get that wrong, it can really make the night long. Let's say you've got, too much weight on the right front. You have to have a really low cross weight for these cars. And if you get that right front, a little too much force on it, it's going to be a long, long night. Another thing here with the tires as well that I want to throw in. A lot of people think, a lot of people say, I've burned up the right rear. I've used up the right rear. I don't have any grip left on it. That's not necessarily the case. It may feel that way because the car will spin out on corner exit. That's not because you've worn down the tire, it's too much grip. That's because you're sliding on corner exit. The right rear gets too hot. The hotter the tire gets, the more the PSI inside of it goes up. The higher the right rear tire pressure, the looser you're going to be on exit. The looser you are on exit, the more you're going to be sliding it, and the looser the car will feel. It's just a perpetual cycle. So you have to take care of that right rear and not let it heat up,
Absolutely. And you're the guy to ask when it comes down to doing setups. I may need a good money setup there on a modified Jeff. Do you have any idea where I can get one of those?
Well, if you're looking for a place to get your modified setups, then you can head on over to www.McConeySetupShop.com or our Facebook page, facebook.com/McConeySetupShop. We do weekly setups for the Tour Modifieds, SK Modifieds, late models, super late models, as well as setups for any other asphalt oval combination. We also do driver coaching. I did a session right before that. We did Indy cars at Richmond. So anything there on 4 wheels, on the asphalt, on the ovals, we can get it done and get you all set up. But the Tour Mod setups have been selling like hotcakes. You can buy a full season for just $50, and these are the exact setups that I run. I'm currently sitting tied for first, if maybe I even have more wins, with Jason Perkins there, who's not running my setups, but running very close to him, and his aren't for sale. But I'm sitting up there with most wins, most top fives, most laps turned, and most laps led. That's exactly what's for sale over at the McConey Setup Shop.
I like it. Wanted to give him a chance to get a selfless plug right there. Good job on that, Jeff. Have to look up if I want to take a turn. If I had to pick a car I'd race in an iRacing, it'd certainly be these cars. But definitely by far and away, forever and ever, I've been an asphalt modified guy. So check out the McConey Setup Shop now. And they'll take great care of you as we have a good race going on here. Still early on, but already going to put 14 laps of 50 complete where Ryan Blanchard leads over the 56 car of Brandon Wilkinson, Brad Carpenter, Kyle O'Danick, and I believe Gary Holbrook still sitting there back in P5. As Jack says, we have a car that may have looped it around, but we're going to stay green. Jeff, we had a spinner. I think it was Tommy Flanagan.
Oh, no, not Tommy. Oh, yeah, Tommy's dropping like a rock through the field. No, Tommy! For those of you that don't know, Tommy Flanagan, he and I have a long history, personal history there. Great guy, great racer. He races modifieds. I'm forgetting the name of the Speedway, but I think it was down in Pennsylvania or New York. Does a fantastic job. Now his kid is running. He bought him a street stock earlier this year. He's very proud of him. So Tommy Flanagan, keep an eye on his kid. He's doing great things.
I like it. Love hearing that. Love hearing good racing stories. Tommy Flanagan, we were talking a little bit about pre-race. He's already got one spin. No yellow. You want to spin, don't bring a yellow out. You stay away from the selfie stick, too. We paid one of those out there last night. So we'll hope we keep the Full Velocity Racing Network selfie setup or selfie stick in the bag. The setups here are money here tonight, too. It looks like Ryan Blanchard, Brandon Wilkinson, they run 1-2. Carpenter, O'Danick, Holbrook, Majeski, your top half dozen, and they have really took themselves away from the rest of the field. You got to go back to almost 2 seconds where you find Zach Murphy, Mark Hicks, Junior Harville, Andrew McKenzie. Those are really cool customers there running 7 through 10, but they trailed the race leader by almost 2 full seconds.
Yeah, they are way far back on the leader. That's a battle for 8th place. Zach Murphy sitting in 7th, but up towards the front, it's a lot closer of a battle. About a 1/10 and a half between Brandon Wilkinson, Brad Carpenter, all between each other. So they're battling for the lead, but Brad Carpenter does not want to give it up.
No, he does not. I believe I said Ryan Blanchard don't want to give the lead up to Wilkinson. Carpenter sitting back there in the 3rd spot. Yeah, that's where I was watching there. I want to make sure we had that correctly. Thought I was going nuts there for a second. It's been kind of known to happen. Watching the O'Danick car 21, Holbrook 71, Majeski 45. They all stay nose to tail. Looks like everybody basically nose to tail inside the top 10. The best battle I'm finding, it's all the way back here to about 14th, where I'm finding the 858 car of Derek Trowbridge, the 89 of Steven Rogers. Those two cars are right together. They're the nose to tail. They were side by side the last quarter I looked. So, find it's a good racing. You got to go all the way outside the top 10 to find it.
Yeah, they're doing a great job all around the track, but my eyes are locked now on this battle for the front. The top 6 are all now together. The tail end of that pack, surprising to say, is Ty Majeski. I never, ever expected to say that he would be running 6th here at a track like this, but he is getting it done.
He is, but look right up ahead of them, Jeff. We have a race going on for the 3rd spot. Brad Carpenter has slid up the racetrack. Kyle O'Danick brings a 21 car to the bottom as they exit turn number 4. Let's drag race down the front chute. O'Danick versus Carpenter now at 19 laps complete, racing for P3, and they're still wheel to wheel over in turn 1.
A quarter of the way through this race, and tempers are flaring right there. Kyle O'Danick almost got up into Brad Carpenter. Brad Carpenter gave him a little bit more room and almost caught the wall on corner exit. A very close call there for those guys, but they managed to keep it going straight. That allowed Brandon Wilkinson and Ryan Blanchard to pull away a little bit. Wilkinson now chasing Blanchard.
Certainly is. They open up about 3 car lengths there. We'll see if Brad can't regroup. Didn't lose too terribly much, but they still stay nose to tail there as we had curious moments there for 3rd. They get it all sorted out, and we'll stay back in this nose to tail formation now. As Jeff said, past 1/4 of the way home. Up 21 of 80. And let's go Sheffield Graphics on board. What car are we going to hop in there, Jack? 31 car. Brad Carpenter running in now the 3rd spot. He'll look up ahead. He will see the points leader, Brandon Wilkinson, the posse teammate with number 9 of Ryan Blanchard down at number 3 and 4. If I love one of the paint schemes here the most of this series, I love that 31 car. It's so bright, even I can see it.
It is a good-looking paint scheme. That is for darn sure. I mean, there's a lot of good paint schemes throughout the field. Keith Jeffrey is off the track at the moment. What happened? He's going down pit road.
It's curious. He was mired back there in about 16th or 17th. Yeah, he has pulled the 88 car, the Jim Beaver
He
Esports
pulled it
to
off the
pit
track.
road. He pulled it off the track, and it looks like does he have an issue? Is he calling it a night, or is he getting service to the race car? Issues with the Jim Beaver 88 as he's down on the pit lane.
I don't understand. He got to the entry of pit road and then stopped and towed his car to his box. That's beyond strange. He's now a lap down.
Certainly is, and he's going to fall behind his teammate Bobby Rafferty.
He
Looks
left.
like Bobby pulled over a few laps ago as well, so it looks like Rafferty and Jeffrey both done for the night. Developing stories there is Keith Jeffrey. I think he had an outside chance of winning a championship. Well, he will, retire out of this one. He will get, what is that, a 25th place finish.
Oh, Phil,
What's up?
do you have that stick?
Well, I have the stick. Oh, we got a yellow. Uh-oh. Why are we under yellow?
Ah, the Simcro machine.
Christopher Hyatt with car number 12. He was running back there in about 17th or 18th. What happened to the 12 car to put us under our very first Team Hard Motorsports yellow flag of the night? They went running off in turn number 3 and 4. And that car took an abrasive right. What in the world? Hey, that car, if that thing got loose, that was a mad overcorrect. Holy smokes.
So going down the straightaway, he gets pushed by Jeff Dooley in the 099. Here's the thing. Jeff Dooley's a teammate, so they're working together. They both run for Simcro. And, yeah, Christopher Hyatt just overcorrected and nosed the thing into the wall. Wow. Yeah, he just absolutely slid that thing to the right, through to the right, and that thing is absolutely done for the night. He crabbed it.
So is that a true selfie right there?
I would say so. No, he wasn't hit by anyone else that caused the spin. He just overdrove the entry.
All right, then I guess we'll pull out the selfie stick after all. We call this the Full Velocity Racing Network selfie stick we do. And you do one of these selfies, you spin up by yourself. You want some TV time, you get some, you get a spin. What we'll do is you want to take a picture with us all. We'll give you the selfie stick. And on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, you give them all a big old
Hey!
What happens? You spin out by yourself on the Full Velocity Racing Network or Speed 51, wherever our cameras are going to go, you're going to get in a selfie stick. And that one goes to Christopher Hyatt. And he spins around for the first time tonight. And looking over to the Facebook Live chat here on the network side, I'm monitoring the network page here tonight. Old friend Bob Tompkins Sr. out there saying hello, saying check the tires. I think so, Bob. I think that's a good idea. Hope you are doing well, old friend. It's been a while since we caught up. Oh, great to see him still out there watching. Bob's been with the network, a supporter of us for forever. From our inception all the way back. He goes back to our old days of DRTV back in like 2013. So Bob's with us for a long time. So appreciate Bob out there watching. Welcome aboard, bud. Hope all is well. And to all of you out there, wherever you're watching from here live, you can share our links out there via Facebook Live or YouTube or Twitch TV. We're also live on the play over at speed51.com. And I'm not sure they put us over there on the Facebook Live side of Speed 51. But either way, we're going to thank SidsView.com, presenting race sponsor, presenting title sponsor of the series. Check out SidsView now.
Sit! In practice. I'm watching, buddy. Keep an eye on me.
Gotta thank Mr. DiMaggio over at Vault Productions on Facebook, SidsView from the Vault over on YouTube, SidsView.com. So much great stuff, and with short track racing beginning to come alive, maybe we see Sid out there on the Speedway or out filming somewhere soon, and he'll have more new content to put out there. He's got a bunch of stuff going back years and years. Check him out today, SidsView.com. Love that. And the good news is for all of us, Jeff, racing is starting to get started. I believe he made your return to Stafford last week. A great turnout for practice. And I believe I heard July 3rd going to be opening night. That is a great deal.
July 3rd? No, sir. We are opening up tomorrow. And you can watch, you can watch live on StaffordSpeedway.tv. It's pay-per-view. It's $20 for the show. However, I know that sounds like a lot, but it's a lot cheaper than taking your whole family there. And at the same time, 25% of that is going to the drivers, and that comes out to about a 50-50 split after the costs with the track. So, guys, go out there and help out the track. They are putting on this awesome show. If you make sure to tune in, StaffordSpeedway.tv, pay the $20, do the right thing. It's going to be some awesome racing tomorrow night live on StaffordSpeedway.tv. Ryan Blanchard showing us what awesome racing looks like, though. Now he's out front. Brandon Wilkinson in second. Kylo Danick slides into third. Junior Harville fourth. Gary Holbrook rounding out the top five. How about Dave Bodio from 14th now up to 6th, fighting his way up through the field?
Certainly is. We did see a couple of drivers come down to the pit lane under that yellow, including the likes of Ty Majeski. He was down in the pit lane. Him and Stan Bragg. Jeff Dooley was down there. Guys that are running toward the back, including, you know, guys like Derek Trowbridge, Chris Francis back there. Tommy Flanagan came in. So, you know, those guys all come to the pit lane. So they took some tires. These guys up front all stayed out. Look at this wad. We are 3 wide on the 4. That is racing up McKenzie. We got Bodio. We've got Murphy up there. This is a lot of cars heading down to turn 1. Is 3 wide going to work?
They made it work. Right now, Zach Murphy almost gets up into the 019 of Andrew McKenzie, but they all managed to come out in one piece. Some great driving here in the East-West Modified Series. These guys are truly the best.
I almost choked on my water there for a second. Saw them come off the corner 3 wide. I'm like, this couldn't end well if this narrows up the way it does. Thankfully, they were in turn 3 and 4. The track is a little bit wider than it is down at 1 and 2. Either way, still chasing the guy who has led the majority of the laps here tonight, Mr. Ryan Blanchard, leading over Junior Harville, Kylo.
No, they're not.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm wrong.
That's
it's
Brandon
up front.
And now they're 2 wide behind. They are all getting antsy behind him. My goodness. Here comes O'Danick to the inside of Harville. He gives a shove to Blanchard, trying to get a run on the inside. It's side-by-side super speedway type racing here. 2 wide, 3 deep. There goes Gary Holbrook coming to Andrew McKenzie. He manages to hold on to it. Ty Majeski running the bumps on the bottom, losing some spots. Man, this is getting crazy here. Gary Holbrook looking to go low. Dave Bodio blocks. He's got no room on the outside. There's no room at the end. Dave Bodio dives it into the inside of Junior Harville. He's on a march right up the field.
He certainly is, Dave, doing a great job. A guy who has had probably an off season by his measures for sure. Winless on the season. Came into this current season the winningest driver in the history of East-West Promotions. I think he may have lost that title to Majeski this year. Not quite so sure if he didn't. It's pretty dang close. But Dave Bodio having one of his best runs of the season with car 16. But you look now, a guy like Brandon Wilkinson, who was up there running for the race lead, racing for a championship, he has been drop kicked back to third as Kylo Danick. He is throwing an elbow, put a 21 car up to a second spot.
Now he's throwing elbows with Ryan Blanchard as they're wrecking behind. Who had their nose ahead? Junior Harville goes around, Brad Carpenter involved. Who was ahead of who there when the caution came out? Kylo Danick may have the lead.
Certainly could. Scoring does say Kylo Danick scored the race leader, so we'll see if that one will hold true. But yellow flag on the speedway for the second time as we complete lap number 31. I think you saw the contact happen right in the front there. Junior Harville was involved. Brad Carpenter, a couple of other cars scored in there. Majeski also got a piece of that as well in the 45. Lots happening. They were racing hard up front. I was starting to wonder openly if that was a matter of time because this racetrack gets wide, but I don't think it's that wide.
Yeah, it is deceptively simple. You think you can make runs happen here, and all of a sudden they fall apart in a big way. I would love to see this series run here in the official series run at this track. Right now, Ryan Blanchard chooses to come down pit road. Kylo Danick stays out. Let's see what these other drivers do. Dave Bodio stays out. Brandon Wilkinson comes in. Gary Holbrook stays out. Steven Rogers stays out. Andrew McKenzie comes in. Zach Murphy stays out. Rick Webster stays out. Mark Hicks comes in, as well as the 099 of Jeff Dooley. Take a look at Jeff Dooley. He's one of the best SK modified drivers I have ever seen. But I've asked him before why he doesn't run the tour mods. He says he just doesn't like them. How about 25th to 11th, the biggest mover of the night, claims he doesn't like these cars.
Well, Jeff, I've got some breaking news. Cue up the chime, whatever we can do.
Ty Majeski.
Ty Majeski is out of this event, which I think almost by default, I believe we has crowned Brandon Wilkinson this series champion.
We did. We most certainly did. Tommy Flanagan has left as well, but Brandon Wilkinson here, folks, he's your champion.
Certainly is. Now, I've always said if you're going to win a championship, the best way to do it, why don't you do it and go down to victory lane and win the race? Do you want to win a race? Do you want to win a championship, finish 10th, and be like, hop out, be like, yeah, I just drove around, did our good stuff, but hey, consistently won the championship. If I'm a guy like Brandon, with all I've accomplished behind the wheel, won a race, caught a couple races this season, I want to do it in victory lane. I want the winner's trophy. I want the champion's check. I want all the glory.
Absolutely right. And you've got to go out there and win it, at least the top 5 fighting for it. But we'll have to see. He came down pit road. He's got those tires now. I think that might be a little bit better here because the tires tend to wear a little bit quicker. So you might drop a 10th every 5 laps or so here, give or take a little bit, which is a lot worse than other tracks. Some tracks you might drop 3/10 the entire run. It all depends. But good call to come down and take tires here for Brandon Wilkinson, Ryan Blanchard, I think. But let's see how it plays out.
I think it's a really good call. I don't think there's too much to lose right now. We're still before halfway. There's still a lot of racing left to go. In this racetrack, it looks like they can run the dickens out of it. And I think back, to a modified track that, we normally would see, a place like New Hampshire. They almost say New Hampshire to modified is almost like a super speedway. Well, this is 1.25 miles. Is there any kind of thinking to a super speedway in the modifieds here at Worldwide Technology Raceway?
Yeah, it's all about the line you run. You're mostly focused on where you are on track, what you need to do. Basically, you can make the outside work. I've seen the outside work, but it's not easy to do. You have to pinch the guy on the inside down, and you are not going to make any friends that way. I think we're going to see that move saved for later on. We're 34 laps in of 80 so far in this race. It's going to be a really good run to the end here, though.
It really is. And it looks like this time through turns number 3 and 4, I believe the lights on the pace car are going to go out. You look up front now as the running order has kind of changed a little bit. Kyle O'Danick, the new race leader, with Dave Bodio, Gary Holbrook, Steven Rogers from 20th now up to 4th, and Zach Murphy running in the top 5. Rick Webster now running in 6th. Steve Costley, Joseph Segala, Jeff Dooley, Derek Trowbridge. That is a completely different look to the top 10 that we have seen all night long. This race has completely changed upside down, approaching halfway.
You're absolutely right. And one thing that these drivers you also have to keep in mind about these drivers, they will get tired, they will get frustrated, and they will start to focus on things that they may not, that maybe they shouldn't be focusing on. They get distracted, they get caught in, a mental rut, and they're just off in left field. You have to keep in mind, those things are definite possibilities here. They have to stay focused. They sit planted in their seats until the end of the race, which luckily up here in the broadcast booth, we don't have to do. Like, I can run and go get a Gatorade right now, which I think I'm going to exercise my First Amendment right to do so.
All right, you do that. I've got a little bit sipping over here too. So, sipping is always good doing this. And let Jeff grab a drink and get composed. We are under the yellow flag, but it looks like we are getting ready to go back to racing now. 35 laps going to be complete. The complexion of this one has changed completely, and will it change even more over the course of the night? It looks like I was premature. Lights are still on. Looks like they're going to go out this time. So one more trek. Why not? We're out here. This is awesome. I've always loved this racetrack. I've always been a fan when, NASCAR, call it Xfinity Series ran here years ago. The Truck Series ran here. I believe ARCA ran here a little while. Just a cool racetrack. Different feel. One of these tracks I'm hoping that the Cup cars will take a trek to one day if anybody still watches that. Not sure how much I will at this point, but I always thought this would be one of the cool racetracks to go. I think seeing a modified on it is certainly really, really neat. So just awesome to come out here tonight to this racetrack. I've always been a fan, St. Louis, Missouri, and been a fan of this series now for a couple of seasons. And it's a grand finale here tonight, and where this one goes next. I know we're going to step away from this series for a little while, take a little bit of the summer off, do some different things on a Thursday night. But hopefully Kyle and the gang will reconvene at some point down the line, maybe do this series again or something else, or what if they want to do. Great guys. I've loved working with them for sure. And said modified racing doesn't get too much better than that for me. So appreciate them letting me come aboard and do this, letting us come aboard and do this, and especially the Speed 51 platform as well. That's almost brings my career full circle. So if I was to be done tomorrow, I think I could go almost accomplish all I did want to do in this game years and years ago. So kind of cool. Thank those guys a lot. Definitely appreciative, and going to be appreciative to see what is going to be a terrific second half of this race. It's on to number 4. The pace car is in. The green flag goes back in the air. Dave Bodio trying to pester the new race leader, Kyle O'Danick, the 21 car. He will lead the way down to the turn 1.
O'Danick leading the way side-by-side battle for second. Gary Holbrook battling with Dave Bodio. Gets up into him. Bodio has to check up to avoid hitting the wall here. Close call, and I think that might have pissed Dave Bodio off a little bit because he just got shoved up towards the wall.
Well, I've always said it's better to be pissed off than pissed on. Dave will hopefully,
And there we go.
So I hope he'll regroup the 16 car. Said, did anybody expect coming into this season, the races Dave Bodia was won, always being a top heavy hitter? Did anybody imagine the offseason? He's not even a top 5 in points. That's unfathomable for what I thought this season may be for that 16 car.
You're absolutely right. So you remember how I mentioned I was going to go get that Gatorade?
You did, yeah. Did we get the Gatorade?
No, we didn't have. So my office is in the basement here until I get out to my apartment at school. And I didn't have any Gatorade in my office. So I went upstairs and got a White Claw because, there ain't no laws when you're drinking claws. And it's mango and it's disgusting.
Yes. Yes, I think anything that's kind of flavored like seltzer is kind of disgusting. The mango, yeah, definitely, yeah. Not a fan. I know the kid drinks it all the time. Not exactly sure how they do it, but just with the White Claw. I don't even know if I have anything like that. I think I have the Fireball left, and if I don't, that's a tragedy. So we'll have to see how we group up for this one. We have a race for position number 2. We're down into number 3. Gary Holbrook and Dave Bodio. The 16 car slides to the inside. Put Dave Bodio.
Gives him a little bumper.
He sure did. They touched. Kind of, not even the chrome horn. That was kind of the nerve bar. Bodio elbows his way to second. Now we're going to be sorted side by side for third. Steven Rogers to the inside of Gary Holbrook in turn 1.
I think that was a little bit of a message of you bump me. You bump me lightly, I'm going to bump you hard. Don't mess with me because he is on a mission here to run down Kyle O'Danick, and I think he's going to be able to do it.
See old adage go, you anger the bull, he may use the horns. Dave May did that right there, putting him up to second. I am thoroughly impressed, and I hate to say it because every time I give the guy some love, something goes wrong. But I won't say who it is, but he drove a car number that I used to watch our buddy Jack race years ago. I won't say it. You follow any of us, you know. All I'll say is he's running in the top 3, and I'm going to leave that alone because I don't want to jinx him.
Dave Bodio.
Okay, let's go with that one.
Steven Rogers.
This one I can't confirm or deny.
Kyle
Steve Rogers. Every time I give Steve Rogers love, I always with the announcer's hex on him. But he is having a terrific start of the night, or midway through. Running in the 3rd spot, a very competitive car. A guy we have seen so close times before. Even came within 3 laps of winning a race. I believe that was at Bristol or Dover last season. It was one of those two. It was concrete. Within 3 laps, he came to 2 to go. Was racing side by side. Was going to win the race and spun because the yellow had caught that lap and spun his way out of the win. And I was so heartbroken. So I've always rooted for that 89 car, even if it was Jack's one time.
Well, it looks like he's having a good run here so far, but Gary Holbrook looking to get involved.
Say he's involved. I mean, he's definitely a player. That's that red 71 car riding in 4th. How about the run now for a guy like Zach Murphy? He has kind of been a little off the radar for the first half of this one, but that white and red number 29 car, Mr. Murphy, he's up in the top 5, and he's starting to dig. He may be a contender in the last 30 laps of this one.
Certainly could be, but this battle for the lead now is starting to heat up. All Dave Bodio needs is a little bit of a push here, and he'll be able to get up to O'Danick, and there it is. He looks low, thinks better of it, and now he's going to have a good run down the backstretch here, trying to gain that momentum back that he just lost by having to check up. Gary Holbrook looking to take advantage on Steven Rogers, not going to be able to get in there. No room at the end to get down to the bottom. Here comes Dave Bodio, about 2 car lengths back on Kyle O'Danick, trying to find a little bit more speed and get around that 21 car.
You think back earlier this season of that number 21 car, there was a discrepant yellow flag after the white flag of a race, and nobody knew if the race was officially over or not. And Kyle had led the race to 1 and 2 and lost in a little scoring loop there because he let out of the gas tank and the yellow was out. The race was over. You hope Kyle O'Danick tonight, can he find redemption? Of all the stories we've covered this season, is tonight the night the 21 car goes to victory lane?
Could be the night. We'll have to see. We've got another 36 laps to go. 35 at the line as Dave Bodio has to go to the outside a little bit now. And he's trying so hard to run down Kyle O'Danick. But there's just it's so difficult to catch up to the guy ahead of you and make a move here at a track like this.
Certainly is. And you look back, and let's find our series champion, car number 56, Brandon Wilkinson. Brandon mired all the way back there in the 11th position. 2.5 seconds off the race lead, Kyle O'Danick. And I don't have all the stats in front of me, but I think I say this in confidence. The entire top 10, neither of the top 10 drivers have won a race this season. Do we potentially see a new first-time winner for this season coming tonight in the finale? I guess I'll wait and see, because with 46 laps complete, the yellow flag is returned to the Speedway for the third time.
Who was the car involved? The 18 was involved.
He
Rick
was
Webster.
up in the top 10. Rick Webster's car, I think he was running 6th or 7th, and let's see what happened. It was out of turn 4, I believe.
The
079. We had some contact. It was Mark Kitts in the 079 who, a little bit of an assault, roughed him up, and there it is right there. Unfortunately, it sends. There is quite a little ride there. Hicks making the contact, and
O'Danick pits.
Rick Webster goes around, and the race leader, Kyle O'Danick, is on pit road. How about Dave Bodia? Did Dave come in too, or Dave stayed out?
Dave Bodio stays out, and then now he inherits the lead. Gary Holbrook in second, Stan Bragg Jr. in third, Kyle O'Danick fourth, and Derek Trowbridge rounds out the top 5.
How they came across the line, although I think that may change a bit with Kyle down in the pit lane. I think he'll fall outside the top 5. As I think Trowbridge stayed out, I believe, also. I look up ahead of them even. I think a few more may. Well, Stan Bragg definitely did for sure. Stan Bragg's another name. Been fast every time out we see him. Now runs up the top 3 with, we get to the restart, probably about 30 laps to go. Stan Bragg may be a player here. He's been a good car all year long. We've got some big stories happening up here at the front tonight.
That we do, and it's a really good race here, and what we're seeing is how difficult it is to make a pass here once you are behind somebody else. It's very difficult to get that run here. Another thing to keep in mind, just because you're starting in second doesn't mean you're necessarily at a disadvantage. The outside line here can be very strong. If you can really flat-foot it through 1 and 2, and you're carrying a lot of speed down the backstretch at that point, you can make something happen if you're starting on the outside.
Certainly can. I want to say hey to our friend Glenn Pressel III. He is out there watching on Facebook Live. Says Hicks is a weapon. Well, I bet Rick Webster probably agree about now. Rick was just kind of minding his business. Mark got to the side of it. I don't think any kind of thing like that was intent. But if Mark's a weapon, they haven't seen me race. I guarantee you that there will be a worse word than weapon used for me. It'd go way beyond record. Go way beyond record. I don't know. I'm going to go out there one day. I'll race with Jeff. And it'll probably have to be when he's lapping me. Because I ain't going to catch the guy unless, we sabotage him or do something. But you'll eventually have to lap me, Jeff, or you may see me under yellow. And even under yellow, I've heard that nobody is safe from me. So you see me on the track, good idea to pull over. And just wait till I wreck and just go out there and beat me anyways.
Duly noted, but don't worry. There isn't anybody that I can't lap. I've tried it just about with every driver out here on iRacing that runs the modifieds. But who said that?
You'll lap me. I don't question this at all. But will I let you lap me?
There's no question that you're going to lap him. It's just how many times will you lap him?
Right, and how many times will you lap me and he doesn't get wrecked when he's passing me? Because
You'll swerve, miss, hit the wall, and then you'll be done.
That's true. I wreck myself being lapped. This is true. Jeff may be safe. Maybe. I got no promises, though, Jeff. Love you to death. You see me on the track, you're going to have to raise your eyebrows and say, this guy probably doesn't belong out here. And all the guys I race on Saturday night over at our home base at TDR, I think they agree. 48 cars on the track, get me out of there.
Well, do you run the tour mods very often?
No. Have not run. I've actually, honest to God, I've never run a lap in the tour car in iRacing. I've run the SK a few times, not in officials or nothing. Just in a little league setting a couple of times. So love the cars, love the way they drive. Wish I had more time to do it. But I've never been on a tour mod. And I think it'll be interesting to try. but I would be way, way, way over my head.
Man, you got to do it. You know what? You can get. How about you get some driver coaching lessons over at the McConey Setup Shop, and then you can go from there and improve.
Well, you can lead a horse to water, and that you can do. And you can probably shove my head in the water and try to get me to drink. Yeah, unless I can take the guide dog out to the car and let him steer the wheel for me, I think we're in trouble. I think I'm way beyond the coaching at this point. True story.
Well, you know what? I'm not saying that this would ever happen or be allowed, but if someone were to sign into your account and use your name to race and succeed there, that would be quite interesting, would it not?
You can look into my statistics. One night off race, and you can find me, Phil Lecast 2 in iRacing, number 2.
Where's the first one?
That expired years and years and years ago. That was one of those $5 trial accounts, you know, way back when we experimented in broadcasting this years ago. I was not serious about it. Did like 1 or 2 free stuff. When we got serious about it, did this account, you know, and had, you know, did the promo code to start at $1, which is my second account now, which I've had forever. You will see I have 1 career official win. Just 1. And I'll
because
say,
there was only 1 car in the race.
No, I was not the one driving the car. True story.
Oh.
So it's not me. I have never won an official race in iRacing that I was driving the car in.
Who was it? Who was driving?
Former broadcast colleague of ours named Joe. He was driving. You look at my statistics, Jeff, it's just ridiculous. You know, all these like starting 13 or starting 12th, finishing 8th, and you know, erratic numbers, and there's 1. Started first, finished first, dominated. Yeah, it sticks out like a sore thumb. It's terrible. But we're back to racing. That's what they're doing.
Oh, man. I just hit 3,500 I rating today, so man, oh, man. Now Gary Holbrook trying to flex his muscles here on Dave Bodio and work the inside. They come together. Bodio open to the wall. Engines blown. Flipping through the air. Carnage. Oh, our pets' heads are falling off. It's mayhem. Dave Bodio takes it to the garage. That car's binned.
Wow, what happened? It was definitely contact with him and Gary. I looked like it was that abrasive, but Dave's car took a hard shot to the right. We'll go back and take a look again, as always, with the Full Velocity Racing Network Instant Replay, brought to your friends over at jmaxstrong.com. It was a race for the lead down the back chute. Dave Bodia was up high. Gary Holbrook, I don't want to say sailed it off in there, but they definitely touched. And then Dave's car got batted around like a tennis ball, and that thing is just ruined.
Yeah, that's the end of his night. The engine blew up. He was flipping through the air. This was not good. He's in there screaming, "Help me, Tom Cruise." You know, it was the whole kit and caboodle, the whole 9 yards. That's an end to Dave Bodio's night.
Oh, who was the white car that took a shot? Was that Zach Murphy or somebody was running about 5th or 6th and just took a wicked shot? It was Derek Trowbridge. Oh, man, 58 car was trying to rebound his night together, was up in the top 10, and that was a wild shot. I don't think anything Derek could do. Definitely nothing Dave could do at that point. That car is along for the ride, but that is a tough way to end. This has been prototypical of Dave Bodio's season, has it not? It's been just like this. Unfallible stuff. I think Jeff went and replaced the White Claw. Probably went and grabbed the Gatorade now. We'll have to wait and see what he grabbed. But maybe the beverage of choice. I got the Diet Coke sipping here, so we'll continue to sip on that. Kind of a little flat now. Kind of get over that. Zero sugar peach chai tea. I did pick up some zero sugar iced tea today. I haven't dove into one yet, but may probably do that by the end of the night. Really trying to get myself off the soda kick, and I was doing really good here for a little while and lost a couple of pounds because of it, but last 2 days, kind of a little down with dumps, go back to bad habits. And, you know, now I'm trying to re-kick it again. Had to go to the grocery store, picked up some tea, picked up some Gatorade, so we'll try to replenish, picked up some more water, was out of bottle of water, so we'll wait and see, trying to reprogram myself out there, and reprogram what we have here for the closing laps of this one now. 54 laps complete under yellow. I think the 4th yellow flag of the night, and it's been a pretty good race so far. Gary Holbrook now, he currently sits up front as the race leader. Brandon Wilkinson Our series champion now sitting in position number 2 with Stan Bragg, Ryan Blanchard, and Zach Murphy. That's our top 5. The cream starting to rise back to the top. It's time to put the checkered flag down. Are we shocked that all our series champion Jeff is back amongst the ranks of the top 3 and contending for a race win here late? No shock.
No, no shock at all.
I'm going to assume, because you were silent there for a second, we went off and grabbed another beverage. What did we grab this time?
No, I'm still here. I'm still here. I've still got my White Claw. I'm trying to choke this thing down.
Yeah, good luck with that.
It actually, the more I drink, the better it tastes.
Okay, well, it could be true, but just not for me. Tried all the flavors of the White Claw. Just not a fan. Not a fan of the seltzer kind of vibe in general. I'm definitely not a beer guy either, which is kind of weird. I'll drink anything but the seltzer stuff or the beer stuff, but shoot the whiskey my way, or the spirit salt my way. Well, we'll do something. Just haven't. White Claw's popular. I just haven't figured out completely why yet.
Hey, our director just said it's a girl's drink.
Wow.
And, I'm no sexist. I believe in rights for men and women, so I will drink White Claws. Cheers up.
I will support the rights of White Claw, too. And all the folks that drink it, there are many, including my own household, they do. It's not for me, but I'll leave that here or there. 56 laps will be complete. We going racing this time? Get the lights out, trying to... No, they're still on. It's going to be at least one more time around. I want to say thank you all once again who have tuned in for this season. You guys want to check out all the Full Velocity Racing Network will be up to. We've just added some more stuff to the calendar. We had a lot of stuff going on. Check us out with our home-based website over at FullVelocityTV.com. If you're watching on Speed 51 on the web player, if they're out on Facebook tonight, make sure you go over to our FVRN page there on Facebook. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe on YouTube, follow us over on Twitch. You don't do a whole lot with Twitch audience. And also, if you're watching out there on the Facebook Live side of things, we have a new badge out there that says Become a Supporter. $4.99 a month, you can support what we do here at the network, and trust me, that helps. That all the help we get goes a long, long way. You guys have no idea. Keeps the business, keeps us very, very busy the way we have been for months and months. We appreciate that. And we have pledged, get the 25 supporters. The group here at the network will create some special content just for those supporters out there. We got some weird stuff we're going to do. We're going to give you a look behind the scenes of what goes on here at the network, over off camera, off mic. You guys will hear a lot. We'll do some game streaming together. We've been known to do that little of that here recently. And also, Todd also brought the idea up of bringing hot takes back to life. And not a lot of folks that follow now what we do know about Phil and the hot takes subject back in the day. But if you go back through our archive, way back to stuff like the old DRL live show, it's still available over on YouTube. We did years and years ago. Hot takes, they were made to be just that, controversial, poignant, stir conversation. Todd mentioned hot takes, so we do that again. It's going to be testy. Only one way to get there. We got to get with 25 supporters there. So become a supporter today for $4.99, and we'd appreciate that if you do. And we'll look forward to producing some stuff, especially for you guys that take good care of us.
Well, hopefully we can organize a tour mod race here if we get enough supporters here at the Full Velocity Racing Network. And I think I have a good shot of winning it. We'll have to see. But maybe Phil, you'll pull off the upset, the underdog. Speaking of underdogs, oh, well, yellow flag's up in the air.
Yeah, something went wrong. They were going to go restarting, and that lasted for about half a breath.
Uh-oh, yeah, towards the back. It was... I see... Yeah. The 38 never went. Scott Bryant just never... I'm sorry, that's... Yeah, that's the 38. He just never really went there, and that caused a little bit of mayhem. Brad Carpenter involved in the 057 as well.
Yep, sure did. That's what happened there. Right at the back. I don't even think we even took the green flag. It was coming to it. Did they even cross? They did get to the fence. So we got green out for about a half a second. Unfortunately, we're going to ride right back on the pace car. 58 laps complete here. The Worldwide Technology Raceway. Happy to have you aboard. We'll ride under the yellow. Why don't you give one more love to our buddy Sid over at Vault Productions, SidZoo.com. Check him out.
Sit. In practice. I'm watching, buddy. Keep an eye on me.
All right, the lights are out around the Speedway. It is time to get ready to go back to green flag racing. 62 laps complete, working lap 63 under yellow. And you look up front, Gary Holbrook leads our series champion, Brandon Wilkinson, Stan Bragg Jr., Ryan Murphy, Zach Murphy, Zach Murphy, Ryan Blitz. I can't talk. Jeff, I forgot how to go. Save me. Completely forgot how the English language works.
Sí, ¿cómo estás? No viendo.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I just said, hello, how are you? It is raining in Spanish. That was the first words that came to mind. So, yeah, English is not our strong suit. Just because we're broadcasters doesn't mean we're able to speak English very well. We don't speak the English too good.
No, I'm definitely starting to lose it here tonight. Been a long day and getting tired now and whatever. Forgot how to talk, but we are single file restarting. We put the iRacingIFlag.com green flag in the air. Let's go back to it now with 16 laps, 17 laps to go. Gary Holbrook leads. Is Brandon Wilkinson going to play with him? Is Brandon going to go to victory lane? We'll find out a couple of short trips away. Holbrook going to lead on a turn 2.
17 laps to go here, 16 at the line, and I think you and I both know the answer on if Brandon Wilkinson is going to have any fun or just get right around. You were told from the day we're born not to play with our food. Now Brandon Wilkinson is going to go right around Gary Holbrook. I'm sure my money's on that. He gets up to the back bumper, gives it a tap, gives it a push. Maybe he is going to play with his prey here. As now going into turn 1, he's shoving him, then lets off. Wow, Brandon Wilkinson is playing games.
Right there is maybe a little bit of gamesmanship. I'll tell you what, that 71 car, he is hugging the bottom lane. He's keeping that thing glued down there as we head down to number 3 and 4. We'll see what line he runs. 56 is there. We've got a race for the lead. Brandon Wilkinson goes to number 1 as we get into turn 3.
Now Ryan Blanchard is going to go by as well. Here comes another car, Stan Bragg Jr. going by. How about Jeff Dooley from 25th all the way up to 5th? One of the best SK Modified drivers here on iRacing, if not the best. And now he's jumping over to the Tour Mods and having himself a great run for the Sim Crow.
He certainly is. There's 99 car now up to the 5th spot and starting to dig, doing a good job. Is Jeff Dooley, Steve Costley having a good night as well. 76 car up to 6. Mark Hicks, Rick Webster, Andrew McKenzie, and Zach Murphy with 29 car. I thought he'd be a player. Well, Zach is backslid all the way back to 10th.
Still a top 10 run for him. That's not too bad at all. But now up towards the front, Brandon Wilkinson has the lead. He's got about 2/10 just about over Ryan Blanchard, who's got just a little bit more over Stan Bragg Jr. Those three are all teammates. They're all members of the posse, along with Ty Majeski, who is no longer in this race here tonight. He has scored 34 laps down in 21st. Dave Bodio, not a teammate, but running up there towards the front now, 14 laps down in 20th. You hate to see that for those two drivers. Two of the best here in the EastWest Modified Series presented by SidsView.com. And now they're all the way that far back. You hate to see it.
You really do. You were looking forward to the battle all season long with the Posse versus the Jim Beaver Esports team. And the Posse's dominated the Jim Beaver Esports team. They've been on it all year long. Not really, winning, but been contenders for sure. You got guys like Keith Jeffrey and Dave Bodio, Bobby Rafferty, all Jim Beaver cars, all behind the wall. All nights are done. The Posse's reign supreme here this season, and it's Brandon Wilkinson, our series champion. He's going to lead the way out of turn number 4. He'll complete lap number 68. We got 12 laps remaining.
Just a few laps remaining here. Gary Holbrook has fallen all the way back to 4th now.
Holbrook did fall back to 4th. Jeff Dooley now the 99 car up to the 5th spot, meaning to track him down a little bit. We have a race of 4th going. Holbrook's been out on tires a little while. Is there any conventional way that maybe his tires have gone away?
Yeah, he's unable to hold the bottom here, not carrying as much speed through the corner. That'll definitely hurt on the long run here on lap 69. Nice. These drivers now suffering if they have stayed out all the way. They're not going to be too much slower, but they are definitely going to be feeling the effects there and not carrying as much speed through the corner. But, Jeff Dooley up into the wall hard. That's going to hurt all of his progress. Probably knock the toe out of that car as well. Not too much of a concern for Brandon Wilkinson, who's now pulling away up front. He's got over a second back to 4th and 5th place. And now Ryan Blanchard just a few tenths back, about 3 car lengths. But Wilkinson holding on. We've seen how hard it is to make passes here. 10 laps to go.
10 laps remain. Ryan Blanchard looking to pick up his first win of the season of the series, as is Stan Bragg Jr. It is championship night, is a series finale, and I believe the 56 car, our series champion, may be going. I believe this is win number 3 or 4. I think it's 3. I may be wrong. I don't have the whole results tab for the whole season in front of me, but he has won multiple races. He'll win the trophy, and he may win the race here overall tonight. Brandon Wilkinson this time around, well, he's going to complete 71 laps, 9 laps remain. 56 car leads the 9 car down the front chute.
A really good battle. Now Brandon Wilkinson, you see him weaving back and forth. That's not anything wrong with the car, not anything wrong with his driving. He's just trying to break up that draft so that Ryan Blanchard can't get a run on him. And you may think there's draft here in these tour modified cars at a track this big with straightaways this long. Yeah,
Yes.
you definitely can get a big difference.
Sure can. I said I used to run, Tour mods in New Hampshire in NR 2003, and you drafted at that track. And watching the races we have in here in iRacing, you certainly definitely know for sure. I'm sure these cars transfer over to the real world pretty well. You know what New Hampshire's been all about for years is top 3 of having a good race, but the race for 4th is even better. Gary Holbrook and Jeff Dooley. That range continues on. Can Dooley make the pass this time? The answer is yes. Dooley up to the 4th spot.
Dooley now in 4th. I think that may be where his run stalls out as they are coming to 7 laps to go here, but they are just so far ahead up front. They are 1.9 second lead for Brandon Wilkinson over 4th place Jeff Dooley. And man, he has really, really put his foot to the floor here. These top 3 are pulling away. That is just the power of the posse. These guys are strong tonight.
Really good rebound for the 18 car of Rick Webster as well. He was running in the top 10 a little while ago, got turned around, had to go to pit road, get the car fixed, and now a really respectable night for the 18 car. Rick Webster running back there in the 6th position, 2.7 seconds off the race leader, Brandon Wilkinson. But hey, you never know. When you get wrecked on one of these cars, you always fear, is my night kind of over? Rick's night certainly wasn't. He's got a potential top 10 run coming, but as I say that, he'll lose a 6th spot. I believe Mark Hicks, the 079, just went to his inside, putting down Mark Hicks up to the 6th position.
There's almost 2 different races going on here, 1st through 3rd, and then pretty much everybody else. Yeah, we have 14 cars sitting on the lead lap here, and these drivers are pushing for it. They're fighting hard, but up front, Ryan Blanchard just a car length off of Brandon Wilkinson.
It's a car length, and it doesn't look like much. It doesn't appear that it's much. It just feels like it's a ton. That's Brandon Wilkinson out there in the race lead. I want to congratulate Brandon as well. You follow him on Facebook or you're friends with him and maybe don't know. It sounds like Brandon got a gig over at RCR, Richard Childress Racing, to spot in Indy on the 4th of July weekend next weekend. Does that not sound like a cool gig? Congratulations to Brandon Wilkinson as his his career in racing continues to flourish. That is a really cool gig, spotting for RCR for Tyler Reddick. That's so cool.
That really is awesome. It doesn't get much better than that, but he's he's certainly finding success there in real life and now here on iRacing. He's running some really stellar laps, but he's going to have to hold off Ryan Blanchard here. 4 laps to go.
4 laps remain, 1.25 miles the length of the racetrack here tonight. And that 56 car led early, pitted around halfway, had to fight back some track position, got it back under a yellow, made the pass to the race lead about 15 laps, maybe 10 laps ago. And now car 56 to turns number 3 and 4, 77 laps going complete. 3 laps remain, a coronation maybe of sorts. We know he's doing the championship. The drama to pay out here, is he going to do the whole sweep and win the race? Looks like he's a good part right now. He leads Blanchard by 2 car lengths over in 1.
He's going to do his best to do so, win the championship and win the race here tonight. That's in the cards. 3 laps to go, coming to 2 to go for Brandon Wilkinson. I think we're going to be talking to nothing but posse members here at the end of this race.
Certainly looks like that may be the case. Wilkinson, Blanchard, Bragg, they run nose to tail through turns number 3 and 4. The 2 pops go, sticks go down. 2 more trips around here at the Worldwide Technology Raceway, St. Louis, Missouri, just outside here in the St. Louis area. One of the greatest racetracks in all the country, and seeing a good one here to the finale race for the Sidzu.com Modified Series presented by our friends at EastWest Promotions. We are coming to the white flag, and we have a race for the lead over in turn 3.
White flag pass in the making here for these drivers. Wait, actually, I think they're on 2 to go. What are you talking about? White flag is in the air.
Now they're white.
Coming to the white flag. Now they have the white flag here. You're throwing me off. I'm like, am I missing something? Now they are side by side going down the front stretch for the lead. Brandon Wilkinson has the championship. Can he get the race win too? He's on the outside. Ryan Blanchard on the bottom. They're still side by side down the backstretch.
This may be shaping up to be a photo finish down the back straightaway to 3 and 4. Wilkinson will slam the door shut. Does Blanchard have one more run to make? He'll take a look on the outside. Can he drive it in that deep? He's going to pull there. Is it enough for a run out of turn number 4? The checkered flag in the air. The series champion, Brandon Wilkinson. Oh, my goodness.
Blanchard gets it by 11 thousandths of a second.
Unbelievable finish. Ryan Blanchard picking up the win, .011 over teammate and series champ Brandon Wilkinson. Stan Bragg in for third. From 25th to 4th tonight for Jeff Dooley. Gary Holbrook rounding out our top 5. Rick Webster, Mark Hicks, Andrew McKenzie, Chris Fantz, and Steve Costley, the 76 car, rounding out a top 10. That was terrific. I can't get over that finish. That was great.
Whoo! Have me yelling down here in the office, the basement office, but man, what a great finish there. Those are two teammates, and you can tell they both have a lot of respect for each other after the race. Immediately, Brandon Wilkinson gave a gentle shove there to the Nerf bar of Ryan Blanchard, and that is his way of showing great run out there. That was an awesome finish. Now he's doing burnouts as well. He's won the championship. He gets to celebrate.
Absolutely right. It is going to be a championship celebration indeed. When we go to bladenode.com, Victory Lane, we will take that to the post-race show. We're going to pop into Discord. We'll talk to these guys next live. Don't go anywhere. Give us about 30 seconds. We'll get them screened out, and we'll talk to our winners next. All right, back here live on Speed 51 and the Full Velocity Racing Network tonight, the Sidzu.com Modified Series finale. The big winner is Mr. Ryan Blanchard of the race and the series champion Brandon Wilkinson, 11/100ths of a second to finish. And that was great, and none to be due by those. The third place finisher here this evening, back on the podium, car number 63, Stan Bragg Jr. He finishes up third, and I believe he is down there trackside with our buddy Jeff McConey.
Well, a fantastic run to the end there, Stan, but really your teammates were the stars of the show. So what more did you need to sort of get involved in that last lap battle there? And I mean, what do you have to say to your two teammates that won the race and the championship?
Well, congratulations to Ryan for winning that race, Brandon on the championship, and I wish they would have wrecked. That's all I needed.
You needed a wreck ahead of you. Well, you had a really solid run out there. You started in seventh, you worked your way up to third. What was the key to sort of maintaining that track position up towards the front? Did you have any sort of tricks up your sleeve to keep other people from passing you?
I dropped back and then pitted on the first caution for fuel, and it was just a waiting game after that. Just let everybody else pit and just pick them up as I go.
Well, you lined them up, you knocked them down for a third place finish here tonight. Who do you have to thank for it?
Driver at Epic Media, Ty Majeski for putting this beast under me, and he builds a heck of a setup, and it's great working with him. Everybody at the Posse, Wolfpack Motorsports, just my teammates in general.
Glad to hear that. Congratulations on a great run here tonight in that third place finish there. Great work.
Thank you.
All right, there he is. Tonight's third place finisher is Mr. Stan Bragg Jr. He'll finish up there. And I will throw this thing down back there, trackside. Second place finisher tonight, Jeff, but you get the big interview tonight. Our series champion, Brandon Wilkinson, in one of the most thrilling finishes of the year, is down there trackside. He's got to be one happy race car driver.
Well, Brandon, you had an okay season, I guess. I mean, you had a couple wins here and there, but you didn't win tonight. So I don't know. How do you wrap up sort of a mediocre season like that where you come out the champion with like 4 wins and a great battle at the end there after an awesome run?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we had a really good car. I tested a lot at my girlfriend's house last night, and her setup is just a little bit more, a little more uncomfortable for me, and we got it pretty dialed in, and I kind of started fresh today after work and got home with Mark, and man, it's just we had a really good car tonight. All season, man, Mark Logan's the man. I mean, he single-handedly carried us to a championship. Like I said in the Speed 51 deal, before I joined these guys here at the Posse, with Ty Majeski and the Wolfpack with Mark Logan and their little combined team that we have here, I'd never won a championship, but you surround yourself with people like I have, and they make your job a little bit more easy. So. Man, Mark Logan did an outstanding job all year. I mean, he fought through some stuff. Him and I had some issues there mid-season. But man, it's just it's the bond that him and I created. He knows exactly what I need, and man, he does such a great job. I mean, obviously, Majeski was the class of the field driver-wise when he showed up, but we had cars that could compete, within a half a straightaway, and that definitely says a lot. So. Mark did a hell of a job this year, and this one's definitely for him.
Of course, I was being sarcastic earlier by saying it was a mediocre season, but you said, man, like you said, just throughout the entire season, you were really on top of your game there. But I have to ask, that battle coming to the line there, if you could go back and redo it, what would you do to get those 11 thousandths of a second to try and get the win here and the championship at the same time?
Yeah, I'll hear it all day tomorrow at Stafford. I probably should have wrecked him, but no. Ryan's like my little brother. Sometimes that I never wanted, and sometimes the one that I always wanted. But he's a great kid. He's come a long way in sim racing and a long way in spotting in the real world. And I'm definitely glad to call him a best friend of mine and a little brother, and most importantly, a teammate. We have a great dynamic over at Wolfpack and the Posse. I mean, obviously, we had really good cars all year, whether it was Stan, Ty, me, Stenny when he raced a couple races. I mean, Blanchard, he joined our program here 6 months ago, and he's already running up front, with Ty and myself. And man, he's come a long way. I'm definitely proud of him. He carved my eyes out and left him in the middle of 3 and 4 tonight. And that says a lot. Obviously, I feel like all year I was on my game, and I don't feel like I'm a slouch. So Ryan's just overall, he's a great kid, and couldn't be happier for him. And he's like I said before, he's put himself in a situation where he's surrounding himself with good people, and only good results come from that.
Well, absolutely right. And like you said, you're going to see him at Stafford tomorrow. And if anyone out there can't make it to Stafford, make sure to watch at StaffordSpeedway.tv and keep an eye there on the races. But do you have anyone else you want to thank here tonight after a fantastic run in a championship?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, a lot goes into a championship. I remember specifically after Martinsville when we got full throttled there by, I don't even remember his name. He's pretty irrelevant at this point. But yeah, I mean, just all my guys, first and foremost, at Epic Media. Drew's the best sponsor in the entire world when it comes to esports. He gives so much, and he really tries so hard to improve my program and keep me motivated. Waddell Communications, Rocket Performance, Race1.us. My girlfriend for actually letting me use her sim rig or her gaming setup. She'll yell at me because she's not a sim racer, but she let me test on her rig. The last couple of nights here, because I had no time in the track at all. So, and finally, Mark Logan at Wolfpack. The guy's unreal. There's nothing. There's nobody that works harder than Mark. I was down. I was out of it. He took me aside and said, "Hey, listen. We worked this hard, and we're not going to give up." I was 40, 50 points out there with 5 races to go. And Mark said, "We're going to dig deep. We're going to work harder than everybody else." And I think that's what we did. So just really happy. Obviously, we could turn it around for all the guys at the posse, all the guys at Wolfpack. Just amazing. Mark Logan's the best. I love that guy. He's the best crew chief for me, and I think that's going to stick like that for a long time.
We're definitely glad to hear it. Once again, congratulations on that championship. You had the best season anyone here. You did a really, really fantastic job. You did everything you needed to do every single night. You came back, you bounced back, like you said, over the past 5 races and showed why you deserve to be the champion. Congratulations, and I'll see you at Stafford tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll be a good time. Have a good one.
Folks,
as well.
Yeah, awesome, man. Good luck to you, Brandon. I know you got some big stuff coming up here at Indy next week, too. Congratulations, bud. It's good to keep up with that, what they got going on. So let Brandon go. He's a busy dude. We will walk down here into Victory Lane, BladeNode.com, Victory Lane, that is. That is time to talk to the first time this year, a race winner with the number 9 car, Ryan Blanchard. I almost want to say finally, man, but you got one. How do you feel?
It's definitely I definitely didn't think it was gonna happen. I didn't think I was gonna get to beat Brandon the line. It's truly unbelievable. I didn't even think. A couple months ago, I didn't even think I was gonna be on a team like this to put me in a position to win races week in week out, or chances to win races week in week out, and you know um I don't know, man. This is just really incredible. I've been racing Brandon for a long time. He's like a big brother to me, and he's really close to me. And whenever I need something, he's always there for me, and vice versa. And to race like that, and come and win against him is he's really really good on this sim stuff, and to beat guys like him and Ty Majeski, and it's unfortunate that Ty wasn't there at the end, and I'll take the win as I can, and holding off a guy like Brandon there at the end is still something to be proud of, and it's unbelievable.
Walk me through that last 2 laps, man. You took a look to the low side off of 2, coming to 1 to go. He held you off on the inside lane, and then you took that run to the outside lane in 3. I didn't know if it was going to stick. Did you just close your eyes and hope that thing gets money? Because when you came off the corner, I'm like, oh my God, you may got this.
Yeah, I just knew that the only way that, like, I knew that being out front was going to be a little free, and, I was seeing that Brandon was fighting that a little bit, but he looked pretty solid there at the end, and he looked like there was, he was going to be the car to beat there at the end, which he clearly was, and, I just needed to buy some time there with whenever many we went green, maybe like 14 to go. I think I knew I needed to buy my time, and just being second until around 3 or 2 to go. I knew I wasn't going to be able to get under him and stay under him off of 2, and I knew 3 and 4 was definitely my best shot to pass him and clear him. But when he rolled off even with me out of 4, coming to the white flag, I didn't. I knew I was screwed, but you know, um, it's just I don't even know how it happened. Like you said, it was literally just like closing your eyes and just hoping for the best.
It was awesome to watch, man. It was finally a thing to do. You guys are all buddies, all friends, all teammates. This has to feel great for the first time this winning season, Ryan Blanchard. We call you the race winner. I'm going to give you the mic here one more time. Give these guys, know who all the sponsors are, but give these guys a big shout out and congratulations again, buddy. It feels like it's been a long time coming. You finally got one.
Thank you. I would just like to thank everyone at Epic Media. Drew, he's been supporting me for a long time now. Everyone at Wolfpack Motorsports, Brandon, Riley, Mark. Mark's been, a huge influence on how I've been finishing in this series. And, without him, I'm not even sure if I would, be in contention to win a race every single week, or just be given a car to be put into contention to win. And, it's unreal. Got to thank all them guys. I got to thank Brandon for running me clean there at the end. Like I said earlier, he's a big brother to me, and we've been racing for a very long time, and to have a finish like that for the season finale, it's really unreal. And I got to thank Sean Waddell, Waddell Communications, C&B Reward Repair, Boulder Ridge Construction, Northern Pipe, Magnolia Hill Farm, C&B Board Repair. Like I said, that's my dad's company, and he's been clearly a longtime supporter of me, and he and my mom have been supporting me all along, and they know this sim racing stuff means a lot to me because I can't afford a real life car. So huge thanks to everyone that helps out, and huge thanks to Sid's View for sponsoring the series, and huge thanks to you guys for being able to broadcast this stuff and put on something for the fans. And I hope the fans enjoyed that finish.
I hope they did. I know we did, and have enjoyed this whole season long. Ryan Blanchard takes down the big W here tonight in the season finale. A terrific season. It's been a lot of fun, and much appreciation for all these guys. These guys are classy. These league is classy with Kyle and Keith and Jeff. It has been so much fun to call these 2 seasons with you. I think we got some more stuff coming down the pike together, so we're looking really forward to that. And I'm hoping you had some fun. Now you're looks like you're playing another game right now, but man, you had to be happy. These were great.
It's running in the background. Don't worry, it's running in the background. I'm definitely not playing Sea of Thieves while we're calling a race. I wouldn't do such a thing.
All right. Well, I wanted to get you out there, but I love having you aboard. Thank you. Thank Jack Truan for all his help. Todd Stanton stepped in a few times. I was away, but thank you guys all for watching. Thank you, Speed 51. Until we meet again, I am Phil Lacasse. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you back here very soon, live with the Full Velocity Racing Network.